Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the final states episode of the 1 Week to 1 Road blog release. We have one more state here, and this is Connecticut. Definitely perhaps the most urban state of any of them. Massachusetts might be a little more urban around the Boston area, but Connecticut has a lot of cities along its southern coast and is very close to New York. But at the same time, it also has some really beautiful spots in the southeast on the coastline, as well as the Northwest Hills, which remind many of upstate New York. So we're going to have probably some varied maps here. Definitely, it's a lot bigger than Rhode Island, but it's still a small state, so we're probably not going to see that many huge scores. But it'll be worth a shot here, so let's get right into this. Alright, so we're starting in a forested area. This could be the northern part of the state. We have not quite a rock wall, but we do have some rockiness on the ground here. Not getting a great vibe just yet, but let's start. Old Blue Hills Road is where we are. Alright, let's keep moving down here, see if we can find any sort of hints. Actually, I did want to move back a little bit. See that truck? Sometimes these kind of town maintenance trucks might have the name of the town on them. This one looks like it doesn't, but that sign is also just a realty sign. Not too much from there, that's okay. Let's keep moving, see if we can find a main road here. Got a 25-mile-an-hour zone, that's good. We know that we're going to be likely close to a town. These could just be little suburban back roads, though. I'm really not getting much of a vibe on this one, at all. Connecticut's definitely one of those states that outside of the major cities is hard to guess exactly, because a lot of it either looks like this kind of forested area or suburbs. And as we've seen from the last ones, suburbs can be very hard. Alright, we found a main road here. We've got 45-mile-an-hour zone. Let's actually go back and see if that sign there is for a town. Looks like not quite. That's okay, though. Well, yeah, not there in that picture. So, let's go this way. I got a vibe for the south. I think we're going to be good here. We had 8 seconds. Still really got nothing. I'm going to go somewhere in this region. Mansfield, Chaplin kind of area. Not getting a good vibe, so I'm just going to put it there. It's actually south of Hartford, so we do have a little bit of forestedness there, but a lot of this section, the coast and the exterior of Hartford itself, you're going to have a lot of towns, but right outside Durham on that. Looks like we've got a railroad crossing here. I want to get across here, but I don't know if it's going to let me. I don't think so. Let's see what that says to begin with. Not much on that sign that you can read. We got our Frito-Lay distribution center, I think. Alright, let's keep going down here. Not too much. Oh! That for sale might have something. No. Interesting, we have a 207 number. That's a main number. But that's okay. Oh, we got a green sign. That's a good sign. Let's see if we can get some routes. Alright, we've got 395 near Norwich. So 395 right here. There's Norwich. North, or south is Norwich, actually. So we are going to be probably up here around Hopeville area. Let's see if we can pinpoint exactly what exit this is. Actually, I got a very easy way we can do that. Let's go down this ramp, see if we can get an exit number. And that should be enough to let us see where we are. We got 24. So 43 is likely south, if I'm not mistaken. Let's find... Actually, no, it's north. Let's go quite a bit north, I think. 35. So we're going to keep going up. It's pretty far north. This might be right near the Mass border. Do we have... We got a 45. Okay, so we're down a little bit. Probably the next exit, I would guess. 43. All right. So we're somewhere here. Where did we get on from? We got on from this side. So we're probably going to be somewhere right on this railroad. And that was it. Got a 49.27 there. Didn't have enough time to quite line up the 5K, but we did get the right road. We got that railroad, so we got Brightwood Road. We are on Route 10, that's good to know. In case you missed it, there was a little route sign there. Connecticut also has one of 3 states in the country that has a square route sign. Unfortunately, the other 2 are also in New England, and they are Massachusetts and Maine. Looks like we're in Woodbridge. We're not quite at this address, but we're going to be somewhere around here, so... Where is Woodbridge is the next question. We got Woodbury, Weston, Wilton. Not quite seeing it here. Let's zoom in a little bit more, see if we can get a good vibe. Woodstock is there, but Pomfret, Plainfield, Norwich. Really not getting much. I'm not familiar with this town, which is not the best. There's Woodbridge. Alright, so we're going to be somewhere in this town. Let's see if we can line up a road here. We've got Rimmen and Beecher. There's Beecher Road. That was quick. Good to see. Alright, so that's where we are right now. We came from the west. Or the northwest to be particular, so somewhere up this road. Let's put down a marker and let's switch back here. Right at the Brightwood Drive entrance, so we should be right about there. And that's going to be a 5K right there, so very nice little lineup there. This looks like we're going to be in one of Connecticut's many cities. Let's see if we can get anything from this. Not quite seeing any town names here, so let's keep moving down. Actually, I do want to see, do we have a route? 137 and 104. That's good to know. We're near 95. So we're going to be down on the south coast here. Most likely on the west part of it, but we could be somewhere around like the New London area. Let's see if that school bus has anything. Not quite. We move back this way. Really not getting anything. We got 4 corners. What city could this be? Let's see if we can reach 95 here and line up a exit, but actually, even better. Let's see if we can find this exact route here. We got 104 here, so 137 should also be around here. We might be in the Stamford region. There's 137. Let's see where we started again. In CKC Salon, 137 towards 104 north. We are facing south, actually, which is interesting. Likely not going to be in the downtown, but we could be somewhere up north of here. See if we can catch any of these kind of areas. Looking for a taekwondo, ultrasound place. We've got UPS store. UPS store might pop up here. High Ridge Road does look to be where we are. So let's keep looking here. No time? That's okay. We had the right thing. I actually moved it. I shouldn't have moved it. We were right outside of there. Looks like that was the exact spot. I'm a little sad I moved it, but that's okay. I didn't quite recognize it from these 3 companies, but that's okay. Looks like we're back in a suburban area. We are right at the end of a road, which is interesting. We got nothing from that. Let's keep going this way. Not much of anything here. Again, suburbs. Very tough to find your way around these. What road was that? Let's find out. That was a Windermere Road. Does that have... That has the outline of the town on it, but again, we don't have town outlines, so can't really tell what that is. But it's okay. Let's keep moving. We got a railroad crossing. Not going to give us too much information there. Mills Pond, private property. Unfortunate. Let's keep going this way. Windermere was where we started. We got another private road here. Looks to be a fairly upscale kind of town. I trust north. Let's keep going this way, see if we can find a better town here. Actually, ooh, there was a bin that I just passed. See if that has any sort of information for us here. No, it really doesn't. Unfortunate. Liz Waterhouse Town Council. Well, that's not a town, that is a person. So, unfortunately, not going to get too much from that. Let's look at this. BAM Landscaping, 860 number. That is a Connecticut number, which we're not going to get too much from. Sunrun. I just got to start going for somewhere here. Since it's a little bit upscale, I'm thinking we're in the New London area. Could be like Stonington, but this area tends to be a little richer, so... Actually, we were right outside of Hartford. Looks like Bloomfield seems to be the more wealthy sector of Hartford, so makes a lot of sense. Let's look at the results there. 15,000, not too bad, but for moving, that is a little bit tough. We had two guesses, the first and the last, that really didn't do very well, but other than that, three basically 5Ks, so I'm quite happy with those. Nothing here. We're going to go back to a 40-second time limit, and let's get started. Oh boy, I think... Yeah, those trees look fairly central. Well, they could be coastal too. This is really just anywhere kind of in this region. Most likely Hartford, but given... I know this guess didn't work out for me last time, but I'm still thinking it might. Kind of going to one of these wealthier towns just outside, maybe Mystic. New London could work, East Lyme perhaps. Just anywhere down here I think is gonna be it, so let's go for it. Actually, we were just north of New Haven, in another kind of wealthier town there. Looks like we've got some forested areas here. That I can't quite tell, but it looks to be a state park sign of some sort. I have been to a few parks, state parks in Connecticut, so I've seen a few of them. I'm not quite sure if that's exactly right. It's a little too thin, but I'm gonna go for it and guess that it's somewhere out here in the Northwest Hills. Perhaps this Furnace Brook Road? I know it's not Kent Falls. I've been there. Could be up here. I might just click on Goshen and just hope I'm somewhere around there. We're actually south, just north of Norwalk, but we did get the western part of the state there. This whole section of Connecticut is perhaps the hardest place to guess, I think, in the entire state, and possibly in the entirety of New England. It's just, this area feels like a random mix of New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and just all over the place. Next up, we got another bit here. It's quite hilly. We can see some elevation change on the road itself. We've got these rock walls to our east, which again makes me think Northwest Hills. But with the rock walls, it could be closer to the Rhode Island area, and maybe this kind of corner around Massachusetts. Are there many hills up here? That's the big question that I have. It doesn't look like there's much. Yeah, really not seeing many hills, but again, it might just be small hills, so it could be out here. And actually, it looks like it was just south of the northeast. Probably could have moved there, but I just wasn't feeling confident enough in that. Alright, so we are in a larger town now. We've got a railroad here. Again, really not getting a vibe. Connecticut, I don't think there are vibes for Connecticut. That tends to be the biggest issue here, so. Railroad crossing, most likely going to be somewhere around here. Let's see if we can find a railroad. This one looks promising, perhaps. It's not going to be there because that's right near a pub. Let's look in Meridian, see if we can find any sort of something that works here. I don't think it's Meridian, but we were actually over in Bethel All right, we do have some snow coverage here. This is actually very nice to see some snow around. We are in a more central suburb of one of the cities. The question is this New Haven or is this Hartford? This could, of course, also be like New London or Stamford, anywhere around there. I kind of think it's Hartford, and I think we're a little bit closer to the center. This looks like not quite a main road, but perhaps a bigger one here. Not getting much. Park Ave, perhaps. Not quite sure. We might have a railroad crossing down there. I can't quite tell. It was New Haven. I lost the 50-50 on that, but that's okay. It was one of those two cities, but it looks like it was West Haven. And actually, do we have any of the famous New Haven pizzas? We do. Zupardi's. Very good restaurant. If you ever want some good pizza, Connecticut has a very hyper-regionalized type of pizza called a Pete's, which is specific to New Haven. And there's 4 or 5 major a Pete's places that are very popular. 2 people around Connecticut and New England, but let's view the results. That is officially our worst score. So Connecticut is not a very easy state to guess, especially on the no moving, panning, and zooming, because you just don't really get a lot of vibes for places. A lot of the places look very similar. You've got the cities, you've got the country, and there's not too much outside of that, but that's okay. Tomorrow will be the day that One Road New England releases to the public. We will have 12 posts for you beginning right there, and then weekly posts from there about different roads around New England. But before we do that, we are going to do one more game of Geoguessr tomorrow on the entirety of New England, which will also be a play-along. So you, at home, can also play My Seed right with me if you'd like. And yeah, should be a lot of fun. With that, I'll see you tomorrow.